My loves, I am delighted to introduce you to my little paper houses. These are like little hanging houses, and they look really, really lovely all together. You can illuminate them with battery tea lights or these little balloon lights that turn on and off. You can just pop one of those in there and you've got a little illuminated house. Now I've got mine hanging with little pegs or with little paper clips, and I've also got a little tassel here as well, which I think looks really cute. You can decorate these to your heart's content. They come with these beautiful ditzy vintage florals, and like I say, I've got the balloon light in mine. We can take that out, and we've also got a little gift box option there. You could put some vellum in the windows if you wanted to, and they just go together with these cutesy little pegs. Oh, there goes my boat. Little pegs, which I think look really cute. You've got this gable end here with this overhang, and you've got an overhang here as well, so they really do look the part. Come with me and let's see how we make these beautiful little things. Here we are then. I've got all my bits and bobs cut out. There are 6 little houses in the kit, and they look like this, and you've got some scoring to do. The lines are quite clear on most of the pages. You might get a little confused on a couple of them where there's more of a pattern, so go for a simpler one first of all. I've already made one. Look, it looks gorgeous. It looks really lovely. Right, let's crack on. I'm on 250 gram, but I am starting to move over to 200 gram, largely because I've run out of 250 and my usual big supply is out of stock at the moment, and I've got some 200, so I'm going to work with that and just see how I get on. I'll report back in another video probably. Right, so we've got lines to follow on all sides. We've got symmetry going on 2 sides and symmetry going on the other 2 sides. So you can see where I'm scoring these. There. Now when we turn around here like this, my dears, it only just fits on my scoring board. We've got one there. Let's turn it around and do the other straight line first. Then we've got one there. I've done them. Have I done them? I've done them. I'll do them again. There, you can go straight down. Doesn't really matter if you score over these pieces here. And then when you get here, you've got to have to go on an angle. You don't want to be scoring over this bit here. So just score this angle. And again, it doesn't matter if you go down onto this one. Makes life a lot easier if you do, in fact. So there we are. There. And I've already scored all the others. But I like this one. I was saving this one to make with you because I really love this pattern and I'm quite excited to see it going together. Right, once we've got that, we're turning it over. Actually, before we do that, if you're cutting with either hand cutting or cutting with a machine, you need to make sure that these little bits go down to the intersection. The Cricut will cut them just a little bit shy. There we go. And now we can turn this over and we can make all of these creases into folds. I'm going to employ a little creaser here. And I usually use my nails, don't I? But, my dears, oh, here's one I didn't do. Look at that, there's always one, isn't there? Yeah, what's going on in my little corner of the world is that I am very, very lucky and I've just had a new stove installed in my craft room. How lucky am I to have an actual wood-burning stove in my craft room? But there's always a price, isn't there? And just as I get my nails nice and my hands nice, because I'm not gardening anymore because it's winter, I go getting a wood-burning messy stove and I'm dealing with logs and ashes and things. And the state of my hands is awful, despite scrubbing. So, you know, them's the breaks. So I'm just folding everything to the inside, including these little flaps at the side here. There, like that. I want these ones as well. There. There. Here. And here. Oh, I'm very conscious of the state of that blooming nail. Look at the state of it. Ingrained blinking wood ash. There we are. Right, that's that. Oh, nearly that. Let's do these. Right, my love. So I have scored all of my lines. I have folded all of my scores into folds all the way around, and now I'm going to put this one together. Everything has been folded to the inside, white side to white side, so just go ahead and do that. When you've done that, we're going to put some glue on these ear tabs here. There, like that, and then when we've got that and we've got those a bit tacky, we're going to make a box out of the house here, and you want to line up this edge with this corner on all four sides. There's one I didn't fold. Look at that. There's always one, isn't there? There we go. So that goes together really simply, like that. There. So there's your basic box form done. These pieces are folding outwards. Did I say that already? Might have done. Now these pieces here, which are your overhang on the gable end and on this edge here, go like this. We're folding this one back. All right. Then we're going to pop a seam of glue along this little narrow piece here, making sure that we get up to the edge, because it's the edge that's important here. And I'm going to take some of my little, if I can find any, some of my little these. And these are really, really handy. They're used for quilting, but so good for paper crafts. And then I'm going to fold this back on itself like this. And the bit that I'm really concerned about here are these little edge pieces, and that's why I'm using these, just so that they can hold that so I don't have to. And the same on the other side. I hope the angle is okay for you guys here. So I'm going to glue this little narrow seam here. Make sure my glue goes to the edges. I'm going to fold this back and then fold this roof section onto it, white side to white side. And I've given myself this little, you can see it here, this little gable end. And can you see how it's gaping there? I don't want that. So that's why I'm using my little pegs. There we go. And when that's dry, I'll just add my little paper clip and we're good to go. Let's get another one so I can show you what I've done here. Now you can decorate any way you like. These little pegs are beautiful. I've got gold ones and pink ones, and they're so nice, and I don't use them very often. You can attach some string to that if you want to, or some ribbon. You could get a little bow on there. You could get lace. You could get bling. You can do what you like with these. I'm choosing to keep them quite simple. Now I've got about 9 million of these little tassels that I ordered from Amazon. They were a really, really nice buy. And I've got a lot of them, and I love them. And I love also these mini paper clips, also another Amazon find. And I've got my thread here as well, my gold thread, which is that my mum gave me, and it's lovely. Use it a lot. And I am simply going to paperclip shut my little house, and that is all I am going to do with my little houses. I think they look really nice like that. This one I have used a little pink peg, and I've used some gorgeous pink gingham ribbon, and I've made a little pink gingham bow. Also lovely, but this is my preference. I love that understated look. But you do, you decorate that. If you're a bling queen, a bling king, you bling away, my loves, you bling away, absolutely. Now, the other thing I've done is that I have made this on Cricut. If you're printing on Cricut, the print then cut feature allows you to print one of these out. You don't lose any size, which means that you can put a tea light, a battery tea light. This one is just for illustration because it's all I've got at the moment. Use battery, obviously no naked flames, that would be ridiculous. These are made out of paper. So a battery tea light will fit in here. There we go. Now my go-tos currently that I really like, let's get my little house back together. Look at that, it's so beautiful. I love it very much. Right, my favourite things at the moment are these, and these are little balloon lights, and this is a slightly updated model. I got them from Amazon. First thing you need to do, if you think they're not working, they are working. They come with a little bit of plastic under there. You just need to knock that out. It just stops the connection of the battery to the metal, and then you can screw them on. This piece of plastic goes over the top, and I think that's just to give you a little bit of resistance so they don't accidentally turn themselves back on when you want them turned off. And one of those in there is beautiful. It's obviously daytime at the moment in a well-lit studio, but at night time they look really lovely. So here we go. I think I've got another one to make, haven't I? Yes, I have. I'll do that off camera. This one, look, it's still got its hair in curlers. Can take that off and decorate that one with me little peg. I'll do a peg for now. I love these little pink ones. Little peg on there. Perfect little gift box. Lovely little gift box. You could put a little bit of acetate in those windows if you wanted to. Or a little bit of, what's that tissue paper called? Not tissue paper. Glassine, like glassine paper. Can't remember. Vellum. Vellum, that's what I'm thinking. Put a bit of vellum in there. Frost those windows out if you like. I've got another one with a hair in curlers. That needs to stick on there a bit better. There we go. Pop a gold peg on that one just for the sake of the video. And there we go, there's 5 of my 6 all made, and they look absolutely lovely. I'm delighted with them. I'm going to hang those up. I think what I might even do is hang them, get a nice rustic stick, and I might hang them at different levels on a stick. Yeah, just call that a decoration. I hope you love them, my darlings. Can you see them properly like that? You've seen them at the beginning of the video anyway, so you know what we're dealing with. There, they're lovely. I love them. See you next time, my loves.